Latin America is not the poorest area in the world, but it's the most unequal. So there's a very small elite, and the majority of the population live in poverty. So there's a very small market within Latin America. So you have this sort of vicious circle that it's hard to develop economically at home because there's a very low rate of savings. Then you're reliant on foreign investment. There's a very small market, so there's not that many people to sell your products to. So they're always dependent on a external power, be it the United States or now increasingly China. And what Latin American governments actually are trying to do, they're trying to change that economic model. So the majority of the people are richer, so they can buy products, so they can increase their savings. So Latin America is not dependent on foreign investment, and that you can have a bit of more of an internal market and internal growth. I mean, obviously autarky wouldn't work, but there's so much potential within Latin America. There's so many people, there's so many natural resources that Latin Americans have always said this themselves. That they're not really using the potential of their countries. If you're going to blame anyone for sort of Latin America's poverty or underdevelopment, I think you'd both blame the sort of Latin American elite, whether you want to call them the ruling classes, the upper classes, maybe the upper middle classes, and the United States, who in alliance have kept Latin America underdeveloped, prevented wealth from being distributed, and maintained this model of a small group at the top controlling most of the wealth, while most of the people have very little. And this model is actually detrimental. It is in contrast to the model that we have, the social democratic model we've had in Europe, for example, where the wealth is slightly better distributed, and then you have a more of an internal market, and you get more of a sort of internal dynamism to your economy, and you're less dependent on foreign investment and so on. So there are long, the historical reasons for Latin American underdevelopment. It's not just the US. The US isn't simply imposing its will or pulling the strings of a puppet or dictating events there. It's working in alliance with this elite in Latin America, and together the Latin American elite and the US have held back development in Latin America.